It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. That's why you're looking everywhere we Okay, Corey, please explain to everybody why you didn't record the podcast last week.
Last week, that feels like it was years ago.
It was a long time ago.
Heather had done the Vande Blonde, and then you got tired.
No, Thanksgiving, a cousin came down with COVID, took out half the fam, and then we all decided we didn't like each other until you proved negative tests.
And you were tired.
I was tired, but Corey and I weren't sick, but we went to Olive Garden.
We stayed at Olive Garden. Don't worry, we kept ordering.
We didn't just park it. We parked it
for like 6 hours.
Yeah, I was like, listen, you can come over and you could get exposed to COVID.
And I said, no, thank you.
Yeah. Well, I never.
Or
endless breast. It was a little easier after that. So we are back this week for the post-Bendy.
It was a bender.
Podcast. But Corey, what can people expect on the podcast this week?
Well, what we try to bring you each week is a little marketing nugget that you can use in your business. Then we cover things like group stuff, and that's Facebook Lives or any collabs we might be doing. Then we cover voicemails. You guys can call in and we can answer your questions live and in person, except for you're not live and in person. You've called it in or texted it in. Then we cover our sponsors because without them, we wouldn't be here. Mm-hmm. Then Twinterest, if me and Heather have anything interesting.
I do.
Oh, yes.
Wow. Did you check the mailbag?
Mailbag would be a
Someone said there. Please go check.
Oh, tell me that. I need an incentive.
Oh, you told me I'm not allowed to check the SEM Instagram.
Listen, you're allowed to check the UPS. Go check that.
You live
thing.
Next to it.
Go check it.
No, go check it. Okay, let's dive in. We decided because it's Christmas. We're going to record a podcast with the best gifts for the baker in your life.
So if you're listening right now and you're a baker,
leave us playing, leave the room, and the person who's the gift buyer for you, tell them I really like this podcast. It's my favorite.
Turn it up a little bit.
Turn it up.
Send them this episode.
Yeah.
This podsode.
Okay, so we're going to go through Corey's top 10, and then I'll sprinkle in my software buys.
Software buys. I thought you said soft space wear buys. And I was like, what are we wearing softly?
Doing great. Yeah, I got a confession. Okay, if you guys have been reading about the economy, they said this is the most money ever spent between the days after Thanksgiving to Cyber Monday in the history of the planet of the world of all time.
Someone did that study off of my bank account.
We're like, Corey has spent more than the history of the planet of the world. So anyways, the Loft, if you guys have a Loft, it's by Ann Taylor. Loft is like their cheaper line. The Loft has another line, which is their expensive line, but it's not Ann Taylor Loft.
It's like their young and hip
lounge
wear / athleisure wear.
Anyways, it's the softest fabrics I've ever felt. So they had
60%
60%
blue and gray for those that might want to wear some soft fabrics.
Very confusing. So anyways, I just got the order in. And me, feverishly, apparently unhinged on Cyber Monday, accidentally ordered the same jacket twice.
And then Heather, out of sometimes Heather gets real weird. We'll walk into a store and Heather just look at me and be like, you can buy one thing.
You know, that chaos, I can feel it coming on when I need to do something I should.
So Heather gave me one jacket.
And it is very soft. Mm. Software.
Back
to the podcast. You can wear your software jacket. Okay, if you could have your top 10 list, should we work it from the bottom to the top to bottom, or sporadic?
I'm just going to go off of beginner to, like if you're a beginner baker, it's things to invest in, and then maybe if you're along the ways, things
is this only baking gifts, or is this business one?
How about I do a baking one and then you do a business one?
Okay, let's do it.
Right? So we'll do one for one.
I'm going to lob the volleyball over.
All right, I'm going to spike it. I'm going to
Top Gun. Corey and I saw Top Gun again.
We did the final time.
The marketing ploy. Paramount is about to send Top Gun 2 Maverick, whatever, to streaming.
Hulu.
But they said before we do that, we're going to bring it back into theaters one last time. FOMO.
Yeah.
Hook, line, sinker.
Yeah. Lunch break on Friday. Then I had to peace out to go get my kid.
Boot shake, boot shake, boot shake. Punch out.
Smoke it there. Okay, number 1, an airbrush machine.
I know you know.
Listen to me. I have invested at this point in a lot of airbrush machines. I read a lot of people who say, got an airbrush machine, I'm too scared to take it out. But you don't have to deep dive into airbrushing. I'm the worst person at airbrushing. So I can already tell you that it's worth it, even if you're as horrible as I am, which would be impossible because I'm the worst. But airbrushing can add dimension to your cookies.
Very nice.
Which is easy. It's hard to mess that up.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's just a little bit of a oomph to the set.
Just a little like
Shading, shadowing,
chef's kiss.
depth.
Little depth.
Something.
Sultriness.
Sultry.
Little salt.
Sultry?
Sultry.
Little sexy cookies or whatever. Oh, sexy Shanna.
It can add gingy to your gingerbread man. You know, it can make him pop off the page.
It is that shading that is
It
pretty
is.
innocent. But can you do anything else with an airbrush other than that kind of perspective?
Stenciling.
Which I've heard you
Stencils.
curse about.
Well,
That
will lead to my next one, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself. But airbrush machines are the bee's knees. You can get single action or dual action guns.
Okay.
Hopefully that doesn't get me mad.
I'm going to have to say this explicit content.
But I know the Cookie Countess came out with a brand new one. Have not tested it, but I saw Tanya Clowers with South Street Cookies on TikTok. Tested it.
You have this sweet pink olive one.
Sweet pink olive one is the one I'm using right now all the time.
There's one that you had before that. That's like the gateway.
The
drug.
Cookie Countess original. I have.
Oh.
Yes. Then I got a battery powered one from Amazon.
Then you got a Grex.
Then I got
that
a
thing
Grex.
is overpowered.
Grex is $500. Do not suggest getting it. I'm sure if I had about 10 hours to study it.
Grex, I think it's you're tipping the iceberg on that.
It's professional level. The thing sounds like a rocket ship.
I almost think you could paint pieces of your home with it.
Yeah.
And like definitely model
the whole
planes.
exterior paneling of your
big.
house.
It was heavy. It was like, can
heavy.
I expand? Can I fill up my tire and then airbrush my
To
cookie with
me,
it?
to make something worth it, it has to be a little bit easy.
It definitely was a tire compressor. I have a tire compressor that
for
used to look
sure.
like that.
If we break down, call me. I'll bring my airbrush machine. So I think to people listening, consider an airbrush.
So what's the budget? If we're talking, we can have the beginner range. Skip the Amazon one; it'll end up being trash.
You're thinking like $79
not a bad gift
to maybe
budget.
$150.
Yikers! Grex being $400.
Grex being $500. So definitely stay towards the cheaper end. That's all we need.
But not the cheapest.
Not the cheapest.
It's going to be trash.
Now for airbrush colors. Chef Master is very
nice.
popular, but also Cookie Countess is very popular. I have both.
Okay.
Love them both.
So if somebody's listening to this and they were going to gift the airbrush machine, ideally, they'd do the colors as well.
You would want the colors.
So you can't just do the Amerigels. They don't work.
No. So Amerigels are for food coloring. Some people say that you can thin them out, but once your gun on your airbrush is clogged, it's nigh impossible to get it unclogged. They do want you to clean it. And one time I cleaned the sweet pink olive one and I sent her a picture and I said, "Where does this little piece go?" And she said, "Well, you've done ruined it." I said, "Oh, thank you." I said, "I was just hanging pieces apart."
Why didn't you follow the instructions?
You know what? I had tossed those. Didn't think I needed
New
them.
year, new me. I'm not keeping boxes anymore.
Me neither.
Yeah. Turns out I never use any of the 50 I saved.
Okay, you're going to go on to the next one. I'm going to unzip. It's going to be an ungodly sound, but
That's not these doing great stuff. Corey wears this igloo size
Green jacket.
Every year it comes out. It just hits her really right at the knees, right above the knees, unflattering.
I look like a Christmas tree
You look-
minus the lights and the bulbs. I just
Minus
look.
the vibe, all of the pop.
When someone says, "I like your jacket," I know they're lying to me, and I put them on this list called liars.
Okay, so, Carshall, my recommendation is if you're feeling gifty, this is going to be business, but also expensive.
Oh.
So extra nice lift. My extra nice Santas out there who have a list.
All right.
I would say an iPad. With the iPad Pencil.
Nice. Where do you
Yeah.
get the iPad Pencil? From Apple?
Yeah. So there's two, and again, I'm a little inept with the whole Apple line, but there's the Apple Pen, not what we want. We want the Pencil. It's a professional because it registers pressure.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I would say an iPad with the Procreate app and an Apple Pencil.
So people
Why?
just learn, what is Procreate for?
Procreate is this crazy app where you can draw just about anything. It turns out you can't just buy the app and have the talent. You must also generate the talent. I didn't have the talent, but I did get the app. So what you'd want is an iPad. The Procreate app a paper-like cover. What that adds is like, iPad screens are like super slick.
Yeah.
It's hard to draw with slick
So like
surfaces.
a screen protector?
Yeah, it's a screen. It's a paper-like, I think, is paper white is the primary one. I did get a knockoff one on Amazon. It just creates a little friction, and it makes it feel like you're drawing on real paper.
Sweet.
Yeah, it really helps the drawing process. But what a lot of cookiers do is they'll take the Procreate app, they'll either take a picture of the cutter, take a picture of the cookie, and they'll mock it up or design their cookie cutters. There's a lot of options for that. You can even create the graphics you post to social media. You can create videos, export as an MP4, and there's just a lot of stuff you can do. Touching the surface. However, when we're talking about iPads, I think they have, 4 sizes? The iPad 12, the iPad 11-inch. The 10, and then
I think there's a mini.
Normal and a mini. Yeah. There's quite a few. So your budget, think about this. I'm not talented at all. The 12 was huge.
Is that the one
11.
you have?
No, I got the 1 down. And I think that's a nice size for most people. But again, I think it's still in the Pro line.
Oh.
So a little pricier.
Yeah.
However, if you're like, I really need to rock the socks of my baker this year, I think that's going to rock some socks.
Rock some socks.
The socks will be rocked.
Does an iPad work with like the 3D printers?
What you could do is you could create the mock-up of a cutter, export it, import it into Fusion, build the cutter, and then print that off. So it could be easily a part of the workflow.
All right.
So it can help you mock up cookies. It can help you mock up cookie cutters. It could help you do graphic design, a lot of logo design in there, creating graphics that you export. There's a lot of flexibility. I think Procreate is a one-time fee of $10, which is pretty nice.
Oh, that's just a one-time fee?
Yeah.
He said it was $10 a month, and I said,
absolutely
over
not.
my dead body.
No, that kid's been born into subscription service era.
Yeah.
So it's weird for them not to say, but it's a one-time thing for $10.
Maybe.
But the thing they get you is you can download or purchase. A lot of them are free. A bunch of different brushes.
Oh, nice.
So what I heard somebody in the Cookie College say is, I think it was Amanda Shoes. She said, "Oh yeah, I turn each cookie cutter into a brush." And when somebody asked me to make a mock-up, I bring in that cutter's brush and then mock them up.
Oh, wow. Whatever you just said there, no clue.
Yeah, I don't know how to do it.
Okay.
She said
Sounds
she didn't know how to do
smart,
it.
though.
Yeah, so that would be mine.
All right, next up, a baking item. I actually bought this for myself, and then my sisters gifted this to me, I want to say maybe 2 years ago. Okay. But it's either the Nifty 50 or the Heavenly 70.
That was my gift to you, and it was the 70.
From Americolor.
Yeah.
Americolor is the gels that a lot of cookiers use, and they have these gift sets. I say gift sets. They have these sets, and you can either get 50 bottles of their gels or 75, but it has almost every color under the rainbow, and if it's not in there, you can mix 2 of them in there to create the color that you need.
It wasn't cheap.
It was not. I think the Nifty 50 is 120, so that means the other one's like 150 or something.
I feel like it was almost 180. I don't know
yeah, it could be. But if you buy from Americolor, you can earn points, and points get you more gel food coloring, so that's great. They also did come out with powder food coloring. I have to test that out.
Do you have it?
I do. I have not tested it.
A wild animal beast.
But also, I know people love the powder food coloring from the Sugar Art. I have both. Love both. I do feel like the Sugar Art, you have to add a lot of the powder to get to the color you want. And I don't know, the gel just makes it feel maybe less. Why would somebody pick
gel over powder, or vice versa?
The gel does add more liquid.
But hardly, though, right?
But hardly. But they say they get truer colors with the Sugar Art. Oh. The black does not dye your mouth black when you eat it.
Really? Well, that's
supposedly.
50.
Nifty 50. So I say the Nifty 50, or you can buy a pack from the Sugar Art, and you would not be wrong on either one.
Okay. Back to me. Volleyball lobbed back over Tom Cruise style. I'm going to say 3D printer. Why?
Why?
Because from a business aspect, bringing cutter production in-house, even if you don't want to design them, you just purchase the STL files and press print, you are saving so much cost of purchasing a cutter online and shipping it that you can put into your little pockets.
So question for you. What's the time investment to learn such a skill?
I think that, I bought the cheapest printer possible. Okay. Also, bakers, if you're listening to this and you have a husband who's mechanically inclined, this might be the great gift for them. A lot of times you see bakers who's got the 3D printer in the hubs, or the kid, the sciencey kid, got into like setting it up. But I bought the cheapest printer. It was $100, the Ender 3 Pro. What it doesn't have is self-leveling, and that's why I think it's being sold so cheaply. Self-leveling is the bed, the print bed, where the filament thing comes on and prints on it. However, without self-leveling, that means I have to manually level it. If you don't level it right, you get free spaghetti, PLA.
Free spaghetti.
Right. So a spaghetti print is just the print that had no bed adhesion, means it didn't stick, couldn't stick to the bed because you had the leveling off. Causes so much heartache. So from what I see, Sam from Sam's Cookie University, she recommends the Prusa Mini, quite a bit more expensive.
Is it Prusa or Prusa?
I don't know.
Just curious.
Prusi Mina.
Okay.
So she recommends that one. It's self-leveling, a little bit more expensive. So depending if you're naughty or nice list, if you're on the naughty list, enter 3 Pro.
If I got
$100.
you the Prusia.
I'm not going to print any more than I'm printing.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I figured out how to level that. I'm just lazy.
Okay.
If you figure out how to fix my laziness. So they're saying what? The cost of PLA, I mean, one ream of the filament could push out over 100 cookie cutters.
Wow.
So that's going to be my business optimization gift list.
Wow.
2022.
Nice. Next up, I know that the baker in your life, this is for those that are listening who are not bakers, and they have a ton of cookie cutters. You don't know what to buy them because you don't know what they already have. That is why you can sign up for a Cutter of the Month Club. And there's a lot of popular cutter shops that offer this.
Did you have a subscription?
I've always had one.
Oh, really? Who do you have it to?
First, I had it from Shay V Designs.
Okay.
And now I'm trying JH Cookie Co.
JH. What do I feel? Does she comment a lot on the channel?
She just
Instagram?
followed us.
Oh,
yeah.
JH Cookie. That name sounds so familiar.
I don't know.
Clearly, I
Johns
don't.
Hopkins Cookie Co.
They're out the street.
Yeah, so a Cutter of the Month Club is you get the cutters first before anyone else. So they sent me November's. I just opened it. I'll make a little reel so you can see what it looks like. And it's cutters for Valentine's Day.
Oh.
So they're already prepping you for the next holiday. So
that's nice. That's nice.
So I got the Halloween ones a month before Halloween, and then I got Christmas ones, which were mug huggers. If you know what that is, it's just little tiny cookie cutters that hang off your mug.
I've seen them, super cute.
Yeah,
you have to make sure that it's not too stale, but it's not too soft.
Yes. So if you cut them a little bit thicker, sometimes it works.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Or right before they bake, if you spread the bottom a little bit, it'll guarantee that it'll go on the side of the cup. But I think that's fun. So they usually come with a stencil or two, mini cutters, and then some full-size cutters.
For price?
The one, I just can say the JH Cookie Co. because I just looked at it. It's $25 a month.
That's not bad.
Yeah, but you can actually sign up. You can ship it to them. So if you want to say, hey, Mom, I got you this Cutter of the Month Club. I signed you up for 6 months. Then you can just cancel it whenever.
Okay, I like that.
I thought it's fun. And then, you know, when it's not
no longer celebrating Christmas, it's canceled.
It's just something fun. And then
when do you cut somebody off from a subscription?
That's why I said maybe 6 months. Mom bought Archer those National Geographic.
Did she just randomly stop showing up?
1 month it never showed up. I was like, okay, I guess we're done.
That's such a funny thing. Like, I think you're worth 6 months of the subscription.
I know, but if you're like
cancel
$200 for a month, like, you know. Something like that.
Okay, yeah, I would say come up with the budget amount, like $100. So you're gonna get 4 months.
Yeah, so you can kind of say for the next 6 months, they don't know because you'd have to go in and be like, I want to stop doing this. They won't know. They'll just do it for 6 months. And then
what if they're like, hey, I didn't get my shipment this month? You're like, or the next month.
Yeah, it's done.
Christmas
but there's a lot of shops that offer it. So I'm only speaking of the two that I've worked with. You know, I spent money on and got it for myself. But it's so exciting to see it on your porch. Cutters I forgot about.
I gotta say, once Chrome remembers your Visa card,
unfortunately,
it is like a second job to go find the security code. I don't know what the security code is. That probably saves me from spending a lot of money.
You have your card memorized.
4 6 1 0 okay. 1 2 3 4. Am I saving the soft clothing wears recommendations till the end, or am I sneaking?
No, you're going. We're doing it 1 for 1.
Oh, so I can do a soft recommendation.
It's your turn.
This one is not as fun. However, it will save you money in the long run. That's a poem. YNAB. It is $100 a year.
coming in steep, man.
I know.
Steep.
I
Give me a
know.
cutter subscription.
Okay, let me tell you this.
Okay, all right.
I said business optimization gifts. If you use YNAB,
You'll have enough to buy cutters.
yes, you may afford your $25. YNAB has saved me so much money and realizing death by 1,000 cuts, where my money's going, how I'm spending it, and it produces these, and this is going to sound boring, reports.
Okay.
Stop. In just a couple clicks of a button, I can see everything I need to about my finances. Now, you can use YNAB. They just released this. YNAB family. So meaning your whole family can be on the same plan for only one subscription.
Oh, wow.
So
So you're almost
husband and
saving
wife.
some money.
This is a great thing. So what they said, because before you'd have to husband and wife would have to kind of share it.
Yeah.
So like if you were buying a gift for hubs or wifey and they could see that there's a budget. So they'd have to do like use emojis to secretly mention. So now they said, okay, listen, under the same subscription, you both can have yours and you can't see each other's. And you can get your kids on it. You can see your kids' budget. Because they don't want you just like sharing logins and stuff. So if you wanted to get the whole family involved, I mean, if I had YNAB when I was 18,
Yes.
I would have been sad, but I would also know where my money's going.
Yeah.
So I'm saying YNAB. It's boring. It doesn't sound fun, but hey, if you have a spouse who is financially or numbers inclined, give this to them as a gift and tell them to take the reins. They're not going to let you spend money anymore, but you'll know where that money is being spent.
Yeah.
It's a great money saver. It's a great way. There's two ways to make money. Either sell more or spend less. And this is to spend less by spending $100. Boring.
All right.
But
Next
Corey doesn't
up.
use YNAB.
I'm just good at saving.
Corey.
You
just confess. This is literally a confessional of a list.
for sure. Yeah, everything's in there.
Okay, what is
All
yours?
right. The next is if you want to create content. If you've seen a reel or you've seen
I know
one
what
of
you're
our
gonna say.
things, go ahead. Yes. It is the canvas lamp.
That's a good one.
It is not cheap. I think I got the one with the marble base.
If you get the one that attaches straight to the desk, it's
That was
considerably
cheaper. It's 112 because someone
much
just
is
asked
the
me about it. I
base
think the one with the marble base is maybe 170, and then there's maybe one cheaper that's not a marble base. The only reason I got a marble base is because mine has to stretch across.
Here's the thing. It's very aesthetic. It's a very attractive.
It's very attractive. And
lamp.
here's the thing. It holds your phone. And someone says it does hold a projector. So a 2-in-1, but it holds your phone and it's designed to record content. So
And so it has a light ring.
It does.
Over the phone. And Corey said this was a big thing. It's pretty strong, the spring. So it allows you to position it, over it if you're creating a decorating video. But also, it's a nice lamp.
it's a nice lamp. And you can put your phone in so many different directions without having to undo a bunch of pieces. Like, some of the mounts have joints in there. That's not this. This is a spring-loaded mount.
Nice.
So I would say if you wanted to up your decorating videos, TikTok reels and things like that, a canvas lamp would be great. And if you want to see what it looks like to film on a canvas lamp, if you go to our Instagram, the Sugar Cookie Marketing _ all the videos are all filmed with that.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a solid gift. They had an all black on black one. If you have one
They
of those.
just came out, like
sultry
they had
offices,
sold
it was,
out and then brought it back.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Ashley bought a canvas lamp and she said they're out of the marble base. But
They're always
couple
bringing
weeks
it back
ago.
in.
Yeah. So
Okay. Number 8. I'm going to say Canva subscription.
nice. Canva
Okay.
Pro.
Yeah, that would be a Canva
just
Pro
wanted to say
subscription. Okay. Unlike Canvas lamp, which is a physical lamp, Canva is a really, really surprisingly nifty graphic design subscription. But you can make far more than just social media posts. You can make videos, Instagram stories, highlights, presentations, PowerPoints. I think they're even coming out with websites at this point. It is really cool. There are so many things. And when you subscribe to Canva Pro, which I think, don't quote me on this, I think it's $30 for the year. It's very affordable.
I think
It's
you're
nothing
right.
that's going to floor you.
Yeah.
Then you unlock all of their what they call an elements tab, which is all their stock photography. Excuse me. All of their stock photography. What do you think I pooted?
A little bit.
I would have died. Caesar go disappear into the night. It's all of their stock photography icons. I was teaching in the college how to create a transfer sheet with the icons. Like
Nice.
there's just a lot of stuff
Yes.
for really nice gifts. So if you're baker in your life doesn't have that gift is going to give and give and give, and it almost feels like theft at that low price
Yeah,
point.
that's true. And I think, dare I say, people going on Canvas Pro together, I know it would be hard to buy that for somebody.
It would. It would.
To enter the group, create a team.
My wife. So you can create a Canva team. It doesn't seem like it violates the terms of service. Nobody on the Canva team can see what each other are doing, so it's all private. But I think it takes down the cost from $30 a year to only $5.
Yeah. A lot of people in the Sugar Cookie Marketing Group will be like, who wants to join a team with me? So if you wanted to start that thread and find you some...
I'll tell you, though, get your payment up front. You little Canva team lead. Otherwise, you're going to be chasing payment every month. So just get the $30 or whatever it is.
Yes.
Maybe, I don't know. I'm really sure the price. However, it's very, very worth the investment.
Yeah. Next up. A dehydrator.
Okay, I've been seeing dehydrator
All right.
questions.
Some people are scared of dehydrators just like airbrushes, and they think it's going to suck the moisture out of their cookies.
Scared first with the price.
Depends.
Okay.
The one I have is around, dare I say, was it $200 to $250?
$250. That's gonna be Santa's nicer list.
I know.
Were you
Could it
good
be
this
$100
year?
to $150?
Well,
I got a Cabela's one. That's all I know.
Cabela's.
I've had it for a while. There's the thing you have to remember is on Amazon there is called dehydrator liner sheets. They line each tray so that the air doesn't come through the bottom of your cookie and suck out the moisture. It forces the air on top of the cookie to suck out the moisture on the icing part. So what is the goal for a dehydrator? To speed up the whole process.
Drying process.
Yeah. So you can move and groove and get a set done really fast. So you want the drying to come
from the top, not from the bun.
Yeah. So you can keep your cookies moist while also taking out the moisture out of the icing because it's made of water. So I use it if I'm doing a set. I can get a last minute order and get it done within 24 hours
because of the water. And the water is gone.
And the water. So
that's a good one.
That's a good one. Some people are like, I only use it so I can move to the next step of decorating. Now I put all the suckers right in there. The thing is, there is a little bit of a learning curve.
Why? Because it's too much water is gone.
Let's say we have a 4-inch plaque that I flooded white.
Are we doing math on that?
No, that's about as mathy as it gets. And I put that flooded cookie on my plastic dehydrator tray. I picked that dehydrator tray up from the sides and put it in the dehydrator. What do you think is going to happen to the icing on that when plastic is bendable?
It's going to drip along.
It is going to crackle in the center. And then what the dehydrator do will pull out the icing out of that crack and it will make that crack really pronounced. So what I do, let it crust over, then put it in the dehydrator and some people are like, you can't do it for very long. It depends where you live. If you live in a humid climate, I'll put them in for 6 hours.
That's crazy. We also live in the armpit of a swamp.
Right. So if you're in a drier area, your cookies will dry faster anyways. But if you live in Northern Virginia, you can put those suckers in for a while.
Armpit.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to go past 10?
Yeah. Let me give my last sip for the dehydrator.
Backing it up. Boop,
if there's not proper airflow in there, a lot of times I wonder
if people are scared of this.
Yeah,
I know. Like a 5-part
I'll put my cookies in there without turning the dehydrator on because it keeps them safe overnight. There's no dust in there. There's no dropping something.
Substitute storage unit.
It's a substitute storage unit. But if there's not proper airflow, you will get ripples in the icing as it dries.
This thing was crazy. So you crack open the door?
You crack open the door or let it crust over and then put it in.
This thing is a science project.
Okay, but I say worth its weight in gold. And it helps stop color bleed. There you go. That's another positive.
Oh, see, you got a lot of people back in.
There you go.
You lost somebody, pulled them back in. Okay, number 10 then. I'm going to say Santa would have had to really
I thought you said Santa was your pick.
Get a Santa.
I like that.
Santa. I'm going to say an Eddie. I know.
An Eddie. Wow, that crosses over into baking and software.
So from the software business optimization perspective, Eddie is a time saver. Time is money. However, he does cost $3,000.
Either you get the rest of the things on the list or you get just the Eddie.
Maybe Eddie is Christmas, birthday, Valentine's Day, all but not a bad bet. I see people who sell their Eddie, sell them mostly because they just never use them. You got to be active. Yeah. You've got to sell Eddie. He doesn't go out there and sell himself.
True. It's such new technology. You'll never have a customer being like, can you print this on there? Because that's not words that they would normally know to say. But Eddie can add aesthetics to your baking. If it does replace stencils.
Drop off the airbrush.
Yeah.
You don't need the airbrush.
You don't.
They both.
Dimension.
Yeah, dimension.
I will say Eddie, I mean, it's probably more people that are talented out there, but Eddie, I don't feel like he can add just dimension, you know?
He's got to do it all or nothing.
To me,
It's crazy. If you don't know what we're talking about, he's also sponsored podcast. We'll talk about it in a second. But quite the gift.
White.
You would have to have a husband or wife who's really trying to earn your love, attention,
But
and
fast
affection.
shipping. So if you've dropped the ball, that might be your option.
Yeah. Okay, it's gonna cost you.
It's going to cost you.
It's
But
a good option, though.
it's
I
a
think
good
you'll
option.
be the favorite for 365 days. Whoever buys
When I
this.
turn Eddie, and we've had him for 2 years now, when I turn him on still, I say, wow.
If you take that out of context, this would be an explicit podcast.
When he turns me on. Just kidding. But if you want to see, I just made a reel
Are you
on
gonna
our
push this back
Instagram
to the Instagram.
of
You can-
Eddie printing on not white.
I
Royale
saw
Max.
that. It was the leaves.
It was a leaf.
What was that for?
They were leftover, hard as rocks.
Okay. I didn't think I was going to be
I
able to
said,
leave that.
should I sacrifice these? Yeah, I think I should.
So, yeah, you can print. Eddie obviously doesn't, no printers print white. I said no. That's a sweeping statement. I'm sure somebody out there does. However, your typical printers don't print white, neither does Eddie. So you print on white. So when you print off white colors, what happens? Corey tested it for us live.
Yeah, you don't get as true colors. They're more muted because you have a background that's
Competing,
changing.
yeah.
You typically want to print on white, but you don't have to. So if you
So
needed
it
to,
was it still added quite a bit of
it
pizzazz
did some pizzazz
to that rather boring leaf.
Yes.
If you didn't have the Eddie, what would you have done to spice him up? A leaf.
Piped,
It was a leaf cookie, by the way.
Thankful, blessed, grateful.
Right? When in doubt, go down
Pipe it out.
What is that that font that you find on the pottery that people like?
The
And
tall one.
Yes, the very long letters.
I was going to say Joanna Gaines. That is
People
incorrect.
are yelling at their podcast right
They
now. saying,
are.
You know what
Hold on.
I think it starts with an
Ray
R.
Dunn.
Yeah.
Ray Dunn.
When in doubt, Ray Dunn it out. Sorry if anyone had an aneurysm trying to yell at that to us. I said
All the
Ray
Ray
too.
Dunn fans.
You
They
said
have a
Joanna
name
too.
for Ray Dunn people. Ray Dunners.
I really stretched the brain cells going over that one.
Okay. Can I do another one?
Yeah.
Bosch. Bosch mixer. Let me.
Solid.
I love KitchenAid. They're beautiful. Bosches are ugly.
So wait. Bosch stainless steel or Bosch white?
I have the Bosch stainless steel, and I do love him. It goes better in the kitchen.
Okay, but other than that, does he have
Nothing
any
is really
parts?
different. Bosch said from themselves, the only difference between the two is one is white with a white base, and the other is stainless steel with a black base.
Ah.
That is what they quoted.
What's the cheapest price? $4.99.
No, $4.99 is the Universal Plus. That's what it was.
Well, that's a Black Friday deal.
Was it $4.99? Was it Black
I
Friday?
had to
deal?
buy one for the person who wanted the vending
What was it? $4.99 or $4.30? I think $4.99 is the technical price.
Well, that's not cheap,
It's
but it's
not.
much cheaper than Betty.
It's not cheap. Okay, so the next size up for a KitchenAid to be comparable to this Bosch mixer is a commercial KitchenAid.
I'm
And
gonna
that
say
thing
this.
is big.
You'll still need to keep the KitchenAid,
Yeah.
the non-commercial KitchenAid,
Yes.
because you'll need to use it for icing. But a lot of everybody already has them.
You can use the Bosch for icing. I prefer.
So if you're gifting this to somebody, do not take away their KitchenAid.
yeah, I would
Don't
not
hide
just
it.
let
Don't
that
sell it.
disappear in the dark of
Right.
night.
They'll need them both.
But a Bosch can do quadruple
What a KA
my
can do.
recipe.
What a
Yeah.
Ka can do.
My 5-quart KitchenAid
Ka.
can only do one at a time. So that's
Oh.
that's a 6-hour day right there. If I want to do.
That's a time is money one.
Time
That's
is
a
money.
solid one.
So
That's probably a solid bet. If you're like, I really want to wow this baker, but I don't have Eddie funds, the Academy, then I'd say Bosch.
I would say the Bosch.
Bosch.
It just is mind-boggling how much ingredients it eats and how much time it saves me.
You seemed like a
Truly.
change person.
I was a changed person. I still am like, wow.
Yeah, I see you light up every
Yeah.
time you talk about the little guy.
If you're listening to this and you're not a baker, you don't want to use the cookie dough hooks because they actually have plastic pieces. You want to actually use
Do you have to buy those additionally?
it comes with it.
Oh, so whatever you get in the package deal has everything they need.
I believe the one that I got did.
So you said don't use the cookie dough hooks. Use what?
And it's called a dough hook. You see how that's
So
confusing?
cookie dough
is a
and
no.
Dough, yes.
Yes. And that is going to get it. What people have complained about with the Bosch, because someone set you up for success, is sometimes the Bosch on the low setting will push your butter around without stirring it.
Weird.
To me, I just put my little spatula in there, squish the butter up, and it's fine.
You told me I spent $500 to be my own manual mixer.
A little bit. You're going to have to be a little bit involved.
Is there any way to get the butter figured out without involvement.
You can cream it longer if you want to, but time is money. I ain't got that kind of time. I'll squish all day.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm going to throw this one in. Do as I say, not as I do. A Cricut. No, I have not opened mine.
Yeah. Now, you know what?
I'm going to do a substitute. If you don't want to do a Cricut, which I haven't opened, but I know you can do stencils and you can cut a lot of the things that go on top of cakes. The Munbin thermal printer is also along the same line, same price point.
So you're switching out Cricut for the Munbin.
I'm going to say Cricut or Munbin, and both will hit the same level of impressing.
They're both doing way different things.
So a thermal printer prints with heat, which means it does not print in color. Kind of randomly make up some facts I'm not sure are true, but when a receipt prints, I think it's thermally printed.
I think you're right.
Right, so that's why it's always, your receipt's never fun. It's like you spent a lot of money.
Yeah.
Here's the reconciliation. Yeah. So thermal printing allows you to do a quick design. Now the paper, you have to get thermal labels, can be cute and fun. I saw pink, heart, rainbow ones, and shapes and stuff like that. But the thermal printer allows you, and I think I did the math, you can print down to, I think, like a 3 cents per print versus getting it professionally printed, which of course looks better.
It looks better, but you can't switch designs as fast. You can't switch the words as fast. If you added a new menu item,
if you needed a label sticker, ingredients, I can print it in 2 seconds. If I needed to order that, we're looking at a production time, a shipping time,
and a cost
time of so much higher, plus minimum orders. I can print off one label right now. Now, the Cricut, I haven't opened it, but there's a lot of potential there.
I will say, though, Cricut, if you get the Eddie, people listening who are buying for bakers, you don't need the Cricut and you don't need the stencils.
Right. So
and you don't need the airbrush or the airbrush.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I know.
I'm saying they want an Eddie.
You're not wrong.
We're
looking at around $150 for either or. Now, I'm just doing a ballpark. There's Bluetooth ones. The Cricut has 50 million
There's
Cricuts.
There's a million Cricuts.
When I went to the Michaels aisle, I was blown away by the Cricut options.
I don't even know what they mean. I don't even own a Cricut. Mm-hmm. I'm just like, wow, the paper's pretty.
Yeah. But some of it says a lot. They all have a million.
You can put a shirt on there and it comes out with the saying on it.
Crazy. However, I know that people who do have Cricuts in the baking group absolutely love them. Can't go wrong with it. Can't go wrong with it. But I do have the Munbin and I did open that. And that is just a solid bet through and through. You can't. And just watching that guy light up. Mm-hmm. The thing is spitting out prints faster than anything.
Why have I gotten none?
Why do you make me zero? What do you want? What you want? I'll print what you want, but you haven't told me what you want.
Just something that say my name or something.
Right? That's why you don't have it. So that's I do encourage you, if you do buy the Munbin, you'll need to buy the labels separately. I also think you kind of need a label feeder if you wanted to.
Question. Can you do that on the iPad that's also on your Christmas list?
You can make it on Canva. You can also, you could create in Procreate if you want.
Nice.
Yeah, I think. I found that the Munbin preferred a PDF print. However, someone said you can definitely print off a JPEG image.
Nice.
So, yes. But black and white. So don't draw it in blue and pink and expect it to print out punchy. Yeah. You're going to need to draw it in black and white.
All right. Can I do another one?
Yeah.
Okay. Dehydrator scares you. I understand. A dehumidifier.
What's the budget?
That is $200 to maybe $220.
This is an expensive hobby.
I'm broke, man. But I got tons of cookies.
What do I have to sell cookies?
The dehumidifier sucks moisture out of the air. If your cookies take a long time to dry, you're in a humid climate. We're not being a humid climate. If you're in a humid climate, you need to suck that moisture out of the air. So I actually, if it's super humid, I have a humidity gauge, so I can say if it's above 70, I'm gonna have to turn that bad boy on, and I shut the door because we don't want to pull out the humidity out of the whole house. We just want to pull it out of that room, and then what it does is allow the cookies to dry faster as well. So if you were scared of the dehydrator, the dehumidifier is also
horrifying.
Yeah, but you can have one where it continuously pours the water in It has
to
this little
drain it?
reservoir. Oh, yeah. It'll shut off when it's filled.
Oh, that's nice.
But it can really fill up fast. It's really crazy.
Okay,
how
I'm
much
going to
it's doing.
say, I just have that window portable
Yes.
HVAC. Some of them don't turn themselves off. You have to be.
That's insane.
So make sure
Yeah,
I
but
would
they have
check.
this little thing in the back where you can like drain it into something else. But I'm like, if I'm draining it into an open like canister, wouldn't that not put it back into the air?
Interesting theory. Maybe, but the process of osmosis.
Yes, maybe I
what,
don't have enough
evaporation?
like sun in there to bring it back
I mean, like,
up.
because it's not, okay, you put a cup of water on the
Water.
table.
It can evaporate.
It will, but not as fast as this dehydrator pulls it out of there.
So I will say, I do like my dehumidifier. Let me just say, I was watching a random TikTok and he says dehumidifiers are the #1 cause of house fires. But
Really?
yes, no, I'm
Not more
scared.
than a space heater?
That's what he said. He was a
Interesting.
fire.
Space heaters need
Marshal
space.
They do need
I guess
space.
why would a dehumidifier cause fire? It's to
They said
put in the
it's-
fire and dehumidifier.
There you go. It's the end cause. I don't know why. It does take a lot of electricity. That thing is like really sucking in a lot in there. I don't know how it caused a fire. I do have let it run all night before, and I'm still here to talk about it. So,
Corey,
what?
I wouldn't be able to sleep.
Yeah, I
have
watched
to
that
stare at it.
video later on, and now I only turn it on when I'm there.
Okay. I'm sorry, moving on. Here's what I'm going to recommend this one. It is
Okay.
boring. However, we're talking about business, right? So let me just Google the names. I want to give you the actual thing. Okay. That product, this is a specific brand, is called Kill a Watt. Okay, like kill as in murder.
Okay.
That's the pun.
Okay.
But what it does is you can plug it into an outlet and then plug a device or machine into it, and it tells you how much that is costing you. So if we talk about indirect costs, you and I are going to get one. We're going to test it.
Okay.
If we talk about the indirect cost of pricing, indirect costs cover the cost of electricity, which a lot of us are like, if you're talking dehumidifier and it's sucking up that much energy.
Question real quick. I'm going to interrupt you because I saw another TikTok about that.
Yeah.
It's not 3-pronged, correct?
This is 3-pronged.
Is it plug into things that are also 3-pronged?
Let me see. I mean, like, he can plug into an outlet and he can accept 3-pronged
Can he
outlets.
take like the oven? Could you plug the oven into him? It seems intense.
It seems intense because you literally had to pull your oven back from the wall.
I know, but if you're really trying
If
to,
you really wanted to. But however, those bigger machines, I think their manufacturer tells you their cost per usage, like per watt hour.
thank you for saving me the time and energy.
Okay, so mine is the kilowatt. Now they have upwards of $300 to $200. This one I'm looking at Amazon is only $30. It just gives you a quick reading of what this is kind of costing. Yeah, so I like that.
Someone
Watt
said
energy
like
user.
they did one on a cell phone charger. It was specifically an iPhone.
Those are Ghost.
Yeah, but guess
electricity.
how much she spent a year?
How much?
93 cents.
Yeah, it's low. 93
Leave that thing plugged in.
Yes. However, when you think of death by 1,000 cuts as energy usage, then you could easily unplug your charger. However, please know that my charger is definitely plugged in.
Mine is plugged in. I used to unplug it every day, and I said, "This is for the
93
birds."
But if you're thinking about indirect costs, I would like to know how
What?
much that, like the dehumidifier, the Eddie.
Oh yeah, I would
mixer,
be so curious
the dehydrator.
because they want Eddie to be plugged in.
Oh, Eddie's supposed to be plugged in at all times.
They want him to be plugged
Yeah,
in.
because
all
he runs
times.
updates. I doubt any of this is going to come back at $1 billion. They said the biggest, I think, phantom energy users are your oven, fridge, those big
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
So, are you going to unplug those? No, everything will spoil.
I actually turned mine on the coldest setting so my Diet Cokes could have a little slide in there.
Well, then you're probably hemorrhaging. Watt energy, what do you call it? Monitor. Usage monitor. I mean, nice stocking stuffer, $20. Kids, you want to get mom something?
She'll be just overexcited joy when she opens her Watt energy
Get
monitor.
this covered with wine out, and you're going to lose that Christmas.
All right, let me think. Do I have another one?
Can I tell you, or are you thinking of? Do you have one in your head?
I have one, but I really want to hear what you have to say.
I think a good one for you to recommend, I know you talked about it before, is that stupid card tray. It's cheap, so kids.
Stupid card tray. I use it all the time,
much?
regardless.
And it has like a sale, like buy one.
It was like buy one get one free for $29.99, and sometimes he's $20. Sometimes it's $19.99. I don't know. It is a deal. I thought I was going to get scammed when I ordered, but you can actually order it on Amazon, so you can do that too.
Let's see how much she is. What's it called? A
Stupid card tray. I didn't even come up with the name. My son loves to say, wow, you got your stupid card
How much do
tray.
you think he is on Amazon?
$19.99.
He is from Stupid Card Tray, $29.95.
$29.95.
Save 15% with checkout. There's a one that's called the Elite Bundle.
Does it have a cup holder?
It's a grip mat. It has a detachable quick release seat. That seems to be as different.
Weird.
Like he wraps around your seat.
That actually would be better because my buckle is the one mine wraps around, and my buckle is not flush against the seat, so we have some wiggle room there.
So yeah, this one is $45, save 15%.
Nice. So the Stupid Card Tray, if you are delivering cookies or cakes or anything baked, that rhyme, is great for delivery. It actually makes the front seat in your front of your vehicle leveled.
Right.
And it has a Velcro strap, so you can strap it on there, and it has a rubber band, a rubber like little piece around it, so none of the boxes will fly off. But I use it for just about everything. It has a little spatula holder, a little pen holder. I'd buy it again. That's all I can say. I use it every day anyways.
Okay, I'm gonna do a self plug for number 16.
Go ahead.
Cookie College membership.
The Cookie College.
Because apparently, everything on here costs $1 billion, and you'll need to sell cookies. So Corey and I teach classes on marketing and selling, cookies, and business optimization. A lot of the things I've talked about here are things I teach in that class as well. That's why I know I like them. But you can sign that up. Now, we don't have gift cards because the platform doesn't do gift cards.
Yeah.
It's a membership thing. But if you wanted to gift it to someone as a surprise, you can shoot me an email, Heather@SugarCookieMarketing, and I can create them a code.
Oh, nice. In their email. Check your email.
Yeah, because they'll get an email from me, and it'll be like, somebody loves you.
What?
I will put in whatever somebody like, Santa said, yeah, babe, you did it. Whatever subject line you want, and I'll schedule it to go out on Christmas Eve.
Head on to the mistletoe. You guys fuck up.
You have them. I mean, I love you.
But the Cookie College has endless courses. So I say endless because we started off with 20 courses. Now we have 90 courses. And Heather's always adding to it. So what did you add this past? You had a how to make a transfers class, so you don't have to wait for people or buy on Etsy now.
Now, we also launched the Baker's Business Basics courses, which I'll talk about later. However, that's included in the Cookie College. So last month, they got 13 more classes.
Wow.
Which are the basics. And I actually really enjoy teaching them. I taught them in a different style than I typically do.
Yeah, she didn't mumble through it.
I didn't mumble. Hello, my name is Heather Miracle.
At the beginning, when we first started college, I was like, are people going to get value from this? But after a year of it, people have really sung the praises of the Cookie College, said it's turned their business around. Before it was a hobby, now it's an actual business.
I'll say it is done with you marketing, not done for you marketing. If it was done for you, I'd have to charge you $500 a month, but done with you. All you have to do is click a few buttons and take these classes. And I can guarantee that on the other side, somebody had asked in the college, like, hey, I feel overwhelmed with the amount of work I had. Is there anything I can do to stay accountable? I taught a class on Asana, which is project management software. They have a free version. And every week I sit down with Asana and pre-plan my week. And so many people are like, oh yeah, I took Heather's class. I swear by it. I hate that I love it, but I do. Which brings me to my second recommendation, Asana. Asana has changed my life. I will get Corey on it this year. 2023 goal, Corey Asana.
I've tried.
You did not try.
Failed.
I can see if you logged in. I'm the admin of these.
Yeah, I tried to log in once. Didn't work.
Asana is developed by, of course, everything is now Google retired engineers or whatever. However, it is, did you know, okay, full disclosure, my older sister works for YNAB.
Yeah.
And YNAB is going to move over to Asana.
Oh.
Yeah. So Asana is a really great way to stay on top. Now I can get Asana to integrate with Google, Jotform. I can get it to talk to Google Calendar. That means when I get new orders, it'll scooch right over to Asana, and then you can kind of create a workflow for
Are you saying you're being more proficient in your business?
Yes. Is this an ad?
I felt like I was
coming
going
after that. Yeah, but I do teach you how to use it in the Cookie College the way I use it. Again, Asana can be used any way you want to as a project management software, but it really, really keeps things from falling between the proverbial cracks.
Yeah.
But the stupid card tray will keep them from the physical cracks.
True.
I think Asana has a free plan, but the paid plan for one seat, maybe $10.
So why would you get the paid plan if you had more than one person?
More than one person. So you and I are on the paid plan, but it does feature templates and a little bit more automation. For that reason,
nice.
I'm out. For that reason, I do recommend the tier up. I think you can buy it annually as well, so you could gift the annual.
So is it
plan.
10 a month and then
And there's a little discount for the year.
Deep.
It's not the cheapest. However, I can guarantee that will pay for itself. I can guarantee it.
Nice.
You're gonna love yourself. I guarantee
love
it.
yourself.
Okay, Sana. I'm gonna put it down at $10, even though I made up that number.
$10. Okay, I'm gonna say this one. Dare I say? Is this? I'm gonna do a software one,
Okay, I'm curious.
and it's free. Gosh darn it, free.
Okay, people are lame if you give the free gift. Can you gift a free gift on Christmas and not make Santa angry? Question.
No.
Right.
Lightroom Mobile.
Oh, but you can do Lightroom paid.
You can do Lightroom paid, but I don't want you to have any excuse. I don't want you to build. What is it when you put a barrier? Build a barrier.
We call them professional
Barriers.
Yeah, I think barrier construction.
Isn't that? But you had a more fluid roadblock.
Roadblock.
Don't build a roadblock. Lightroom Mobile, a little bit of a learning curve, but not that much, but is fantastic for upping your photo game.
It is a solid
It
bet.
is. I use it. If you've seen a photo of me or a photo that I've taken, it has taken one field trip through Lightroom. And the paid version is great. You don't get every feature that the
free version.
I mean, the free version is great. You don't get every feature that the paid version has. But if you want to give something to yourself, I highly, highly recommend it. You can just get in there. You can add some light, some zhuzh to your photos.
Add some room.
Huh?
You can add some light. You can add some room.
Okay, we'll both do one more because we're getting long in the two.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're already at 50 minutes.
Oh my soul! We got so into the gift giving.
This is fun. I like the
I
Christmas
like it
spirit.
too.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. What?
I was gonna say, okay, you were on Santa's nicer list.
Yeah.
Nicer Santa list.
Yes.
A mirrorless camera.
Oh, I love my
With a
mirrorless
macro
camera.
lens.
Not even a macro.
Mike, what?
I have
What
the
are you
micro,
using now?
the one that came on with
You're
it.
using the kit lens?
Yeah.
That's what you're taking these photos with?
Yes.
Wow.
I have the micro, and it gets so micro. I'm like, I
Do
can't
you
see
use
the
it
word.
for anything? This whole time I thought you've been using
No,
that.
I do for the details. Like if you see something super close
Is it a
up.
macro lens or are you saying micro?
I'm saying a little bit of both.
You guys are going to figure out what with me. So I'm going to say, the reason why I'm not saying DSLR is because the technology is all moving to mirrorless. Mirrorless is a replacement for DSLR. The mirrorless camera is a little bit more expensive. You may be able, here's the sleight of hand, a refurbed.
From
Corey and I love
B&H Photo, if
refurb.
you see that, one of the biggest reseller camera.
I think Adorama too. I think
We've gotten a
there.
bazillion things from B&H.
Now, I really like, if you do factory refurbished, would be like directly from Canon. 100%, I would take a bullet for it. Violent podcast today.
Yeah.
Violent.
Yeah.
I would recommend it because I think we're saving, some of these cameras get pretty expensive. You could save $500, $1,000 on a refurb thing, factory guaranteed with a warranty. Yeah, that's nice to me.
You might say, but Corey and Heather, there's so many buttons on the camera. I just don't have the time. Listen, Lightroom will fix a myriad of your issues. You don't have to learn a ton on the camera. The camera is going to give you a crystal clear image to work with.
If you're wondering why your photos don't look like Corey's, this is the reason.
And
This
it's
would be
not
the
even my
reason.
talent. It's just that I have that camera.
The camera, what I think you're probably likely looking for is depth of field, which creates that blur that kind of gives you that magazine aesthetic.
That crispity, crunchity
Crispity crunchy.
photo in the front.
Now, do I think you could become a master on an iPhone? I think you could
Absolutely.
get really close. But if you just want to cut through the crap and don't want to learn how to be a master and just want to phone it in, I'm going to say get those DSLR or mirrorless. You're not wrong with either.
Yeah. And me and Heather we say we have Canon and we're Canon people. The only reason why is because once you buy the lenses, you're never going to switch over to something else because they're expensive. So
Right.
you would just
I'll say
stick with
that if you're wondering, the lens number, rule of thumb, the higher the number, the farther away you need to be from the subject. So if you're thinking cookie photography, you want a low number.
Yeah. So 100 is the macro lens I have. I have to stand
Then
pretty
that's
far
completely
away.
opposite of what I said.
Well, 100
I'm not really good.
millimeters is then it's super.
100. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very long.
So nifty 50
Is
50 is a perfect portraiture lens.
It's for people, which
But
is great.
at 85, I'm wrong.
It's all right.
Darn it.
It's okay.
I don't know what to do.
That's all right.
Would you recommend Canon?
The only reason I like Canon is because we had Canon
I know.
from the beginning, and I don't know anything else.
Now. I wouldn't.
Yeah, I
start.
would not.
No.
I like the Canon a little bit more for that.
I'm taking notes if you're wondering why the paper screen.
Yeah, why are you taking notes?
Because I need to write this in an email.
Right. Okay, AE Core backers is my next one.
Okay, 2020.
AE Core is a food safe backdrop. If you see
How much is one? Go
around $70.
That's a good gift.
But you can get 20% off using the code Sugar Cookie. Sorry, different code. Sugar Cookie at checkout. And the reason why I like AE Core is it's food safe, it's rigid, it's matte, it's waterproof.
Is there anything he can't do?
No, but if you see any photo that I've taken, you can look it up on the Mixing Bowl Cookie Company on Instagram. It is taken on an AE Core backer.
Is this whole podcast for you to grow your following?
A little bit.
But I'll say Corey's been posting a number of tips using a lot of the things we actually talked about in this list.
But AE Core is fantastic. I always get, if you're looking, they have bigger ones, and Cake people want a bigger size, but I buy 23 by 23 exclusively.
Okay.
So do you need two? You can have two, but if you're just taking photos straight down.
I don't think you're doing the stacked guys much. I think you're doing flat lays.
I am just doing flat lays.
And I think that you're using the camera's blur to blur out any of the naughtiness in the back where you're not using a stage.
The other day I had to do, when I was doing the Elf on the Shelf dude, I was like, I don't have enough time to go find the L bracket, so I made my husband stand there.
Hey,
but like, I said, hey, like, I'm looking at your legs. Can you bring that down?
I'll take a picture of your skinny ankles and I'll move them right now.
So I think AE Core, and you can get them in different designs. The one I always suggest for people to start off with is Polar White, because you can dress it up, dress it down, or just take your cookie photos right on there. And if you're like, I don't really have a good spot to film videos with my canvas lamp, use it on there. I saw someone airbrush it on there and it wiped away. So
how much do you think, if somebody got everything on this list, which includes an Eddy, and I didn't even write the price of a mirrorless camera, which I know Corey's will be over $1,000. Maybe was it $1,500 out the door?
You want to say how much? It was $3,000.
Yikes! My heart. You can get a cheaper one.
My heart.
You can shop it around. Corey just had to have the newest. So I think out the door if you bought everything on this list, my goodness, you'd be at 3.6. You'd be at well over 9.
Santa, we're praying for you.
Santa, how good were you this year? However, anything on this gift list item, I think will make a baker's month or hopefully year.
Yeah, Christmas. If they've been a good baker and baked good.
Yeah.
Get them something off the list.
Yeah, I'll say this is a solid list. Now, on this list, we have 2 sponsors actually listed. AE Core is a sponsor. That's why we have that discount code. And Eddy is a sponsor. No discount code. They don't run discounts anymore.
They're smart. They know their worth.
You're going to pay $3,000. Yeah. And then we have Bakety Bake. Not included on here.
No. Bakety Bake.
That's a solid one.
I know, but I was like, ingredients as a gift? Is that like buying someone a vacuum as a gift?
At 30, I want a vacuum as a gift.
I actually am looking at a vacuum as a gift.
So I don't know. Since we're adding sponsors, obviously we like our sponsors.
Yeah, I use all their products.
I like their money as well. But the sponsors keep the podcast free to you guys. So thank you to the sponsors. However, I really do like the products.
Okay. Should I talk about Royale Batch?
Yeah, let's just throw it in here as a bonus one. Because this is a nice little gift to a baker.
Yes.
It's a stocking stuffer, although it's not cheap.
So Royale Batch is a meringue powder. If the baker in your life is making royal iced sugar cookies, they're using meringue powder, or maybe they're old school and making their egg whites. Typically, we're using meringue powder. This is the meringue powder that I use, and I swear by it. It whips up really nice. It's bright white, already has vanilla extract in it, and already has corn syrup in it. So if you wanted to gift them, they have 1 pound bags. I think it was $28.99.
Well, that's a nice one.
And then you can use code TWINS and save 10% at checkout.
How much is a 5-pounder?
I want to say 108.
That is a wildly specific number. However, these are just guesstimates.
I think I just bought it. It's just in my memory.
Yeah, like if you were like, my baker is my aunt. I like her, but not that much. And 1 pounder would be great.
Yeah. And then they can test it out, which I think is great. If, a lot of people get stuck in their ways. They're like, I want to try it, but what if I don't like it? So if you could gift it for them, they can try it and they can either like it or don't.
You know what's adorable? I'm not going to tell who it is, but there's somebody she's in the Cookie College, but her husband will message the Cookie College page because he only realizes.
Are you going to ruin something for somebody?
I know.
Right now?
I'm not going to tell anything.
Okay.
But he'll be like, what should I get her? Can you give me?
Funny.
So I'll be like,
just send
here's
him
some
this
ideas. Yeah, I think I will. The last time he messaged me was during the vending machine. So like, better jump on in here.
Yeah.
And get you some discount. I said, you can buy anything. I think she'd be stoked.
Nice.
Everyone's like, is that my husband? Probably not.
Was it
definitely
mine?
not Nate.
Was it mine? No.
They did not message the Cookie College page on Facebook.
I will say him and Heather went in on a boss for me last year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I loved it. Greatest gift ever.
So obviously we're in the vibey mood of, Olive Garden had a Christmas tree set up, so we're clearly in the vibey
And
mood.
I will say Michael Bublé was singing Christmas songs in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Michael. So, I just haven't met me yet. So moving on. I know Corey's looking at the clock.
Just seeing. Yeah. Go ahead.
I have 2 texts, I think. Do you want to read them?
Sure.
Okay. Let me make sure. This is hi, Heather and Corey. Hi, Heather and Corey. I have an Instagram question. I posted a reel back in September that's gone viral compared to my other posts. I'm talking 280,000 and counting versus my typical 1,000 with 200 likes. It wasn't anything crazy, but it's still getting hits, which is great. Except I have noticed the reel seems to attract other baker accounts. I've gotten an uptick in bakers following me, and all the comments are from bakers as well. As much as I'm thankful for the engagement, obviously these bakers aren't my target. So here's my question. It's a 2-parter. Part 1, how do I shift back to my target audience here? I didn't think I was posting anything outside of my regular content that my followers seem to enjoy, but clearly it hit a different side of things and has shifted where my content's being shown. Do I need to start hashtagging everything locally? Not using trending audios, just continue like normal? I'm not looking to become a content creator right now. I'm just using the grams to market to my local customers. Part 2, should I be forced unfollowing these accounts? No offense, but these bakers aren't going to be buying from me, and I don't really be seeming to interact once they do. So, they're not interacting once they do follow me. So is it worth the time to go through and say thanks, but no thanks? So they're not diluting my engagement and target followers. Hope this makes sense. A monkey closing his eyes. Thank you.
Oh, nice. That makes total sense. And those are the questions you need to be asking.
Great questions. Marketing
does.
cap is on.
Yes. So right now, just in general, reels are being pushed out because people want to consume video content. So regardless, if you have something that hits maybe to your target audience, it can go to an audience that you typically wouldn't try to target. What could be putting your reel in front of the wrong audience is the hashtags you are using. If you're using broad hashtags like hashtag baking, guess what? Other bakers follow that, and people who bake, so that maybe that is why your content is landing in front of there. Now, should you unfollow them? If they are not engaging, yes, you can just remove the follower. They'll never know. They will not be none the wiser. So you can go and you can just remove them as a follower, and you can just narrow down your audience that way. But yeah, true. Reels bring in an onslaught of people. We had a few reels go viral, and the people that were
Corey made, I think you were inspired by this adorable Santa.
two melting snowmen.
So if you start off the reel, it looks like eggs, and then it looks like burps. And it's trending for all that burp reasons. So if you want to go see what that looks like, you can go to Sugar Cookie Marketing _ and weigh in like everybody else is. Hold on, we got happy birthday to my favorite twins. No favorites here. Sorry. Amanda from Sweet Faith Bakes. And finally, a question. Heather and Corey, I'm curious about how you'd market. Say thank you to Amanda from
Thanks.
She said happy birthday.
Thanks. Oh, I feel young.
Okay. You're 34.
I gave up sugar this week. It's been rough.
Yeah. Hi, Heather and Corey. I'm curious how you'd market in a neighborhood that has established generational community. For the last 10 years, we lived in a community with close social networks that have multi-generational connections, and we have not been able to break into any yet. For example, grandparents went to school together and their kids became friends who became friends. My husband and I moved here from another state, so we're sort of seen as outsiders still. Plus, there's several other cookiers in the area, and some of them are native and have built-in connections. I partnered with a popular local business for a cookie class next week, so I'm hoping the exposure there will help. I am working my way through classes in the college, and I'm incredibly grateful for both of you. Here is a heart for both of you. 2 hearts. Thanks for your insights.
Nice. Well,
so
thanks.
you're going to need one of your kids to marry into their family. Just kidding. Great question. That is a tough one, but what you can do, at the end of the day, I'm always going to come back to this. If you are the resource, you will attract customers.
Yes.
And free source is a great way to start that. Where are the tree lightings in your community? Where can I get hot chocolate? Where can I go ice skating? Things like that.
You know what I do is take pictures of Christmas tree lights of houses that I pass in the community.
Oh, genius.
And then I did it for Halloween.
Oh, genius.
Yes. And then I said, hey, these houses are really close together. If you have little ones.
Yeah, I like the free source approach because you're not poaching. You're adding enough value that you get attention.
Yeah. And I usually include a picture of like a cookie that I can kind of incorporate in there.
Now, if you're going with these generational ties that have been,
founded,
rebranded over
Yeah.
and over for years and years, or re-strengthened, then you're going to have to be a little patient, and you're going to have to double down on adding value and expect nothing for an interim period of time. But as time progresses and people do move in and out, you can be that gateway drug for a lot of people. Violent podcast today. You can be that gateway.
Yeah. I have another idea when you're
resource.
done.
Okay, Corey's, I'm interrupting.
Regardless of how long a area's been there or how many people in there, there's usually what's called a buy nothing group.
Wow.
In the buy nothing group, you cannot sell anything, so you can't technically say I sell cookies, but you can actually give away cookies. And what this does, if you give away, like, just say 2 mini cookies or a sleeve of mini cookies, it gets your stuff in front of someone. Those bakers will eventually, they only have 2 hands in 24 hours. They'll book out. And the people will be looking, well, I have my grandkids party. That is where you can get in front of them. So every time I have extra cookies or something, I'll be like, hey, who wants free cookies?
If you're teaching this class, create a couple DIY kits, see if they don't sell in class, and then use them as the giveaway.
Yeah, I love doing that. And what it's done is created me a referral source, because you guys know I just moved to the area that I'm in May. So I was like, I know nobody.
You may be thinking, did Corey just tell me to target an audience that's looking for free stuff? No, she's actually telling you to target an audience of the people that are giving stuff away for free. A lot of those buy nothing, sell nothings are people with a lot of money and a lot of crap, and they want to get rid of the crap.
Yeah, and they don't want to just toss it, so they end up gifting it.
So whether or not the person who gets the product is going to be your ideal client, that's not the point. It's getting in front of the people who have so much money that they don't even need to resell their stuff. They can give it away.
And if you're like, I don't want to give away cookies right now, what I do is I've branded the outside of my house to look. I have a cookie flag that says cookie pickups. My little front door, little steppy on thing, rug says probably baking cookies.
Also, the shirts that Bakery Tico's house.
Yeah, I have all the
branding.
shirts of that. But if I wanted to be a part of the buy nothing, sell nothing, get rid of an extra pitcher that I had
leave
or
it
a
on
bowl. Yeah, they'll pick it up on my
That would
porch.
be appealing to people now looking for specifically free stuff, because you're not getting
people
in front.
so in my area though.
Yeah. Because people love free stuff. So you got to kind of think your target. I think it's a great question. Again, another marketing focus question. You can do it. I like the free source first approach. Again, you're going to have to be focusing. Maybe your content is going to be 70 value, 30 sales.
And also, if you're in
30.
the Cookie College, Heather has a great course on Facebook ads. And it's a great way to get branding and get recognition, like brand recognition, in places that wouldn't be able to normally recognize you. So if you really want to break in, a lot of times you don't make a sale off the first touch of a customer, but 7 touches in.
Average 22.
Yeah, there's a lot. But if I can get them when they're coming to my porch, if they click to my Facebook profile, they see an ad.
Class, you partnered already with a apparently well-established business, so great job on that one.
So I think all those combined, you would be a recipe for success.
I like it. Do you want to talk the Baker's Business Basics?
You talk about it because you put in so much hard work.
I'm proud. Corey did record one of the classes. However,
how many classes are there in this?
Total 1 intro. It's a Baker's Essence, so 13 value added.
Okay, so Baker's Business Basic.
Great.
Great launch. What did you name it?
The B.
The triple B.
However, we really said, so some people join the college and like, this is a little advanced. I'm overwhelmed. This is a little much. So we said, Corey and I sat 4 months ago, and we're like, if somebody could only take 13 classes, what do we think would get them the most money with the least amount of work? Now, these are the basics, meaning I don't even have a Facebook page connected to my Instagram. These classes take you through that. It starts with how to create a Facebook page, how to create an Instagram, how to make them business, and how to connect them.
Yeah.
Then you talk about my one favorite copywriting formula. We walk through the basics of creating a Canva graphic that we then upload to Instagram and pin, and we use Facebook Planner to schedule out to both of those.
Wow. Give us the full 13 courses,
really?
man.
Don't put me on the spot, but don't. I untagged Baker. Hold on. I got it. I got it. My boop. Okay, here's what I've got.
Okay.
We start off with the introduction. So as soon as you sign up, you understand everything about your membership. In fact, I actually recommend that you only stay within this membership 1 or 2 months.
Yeah.
I think you can easily knock out these classes. We don't even offer a yearly membership for this because I don't want to waste your money.
Yeah. We want you in and out and
so
making some cash.
Yeah. So I actually teach you how to cancel the membership as soon as you join.
Good.
You can force yourself. This is great. And it's $36. So this would actually be a pretty good gift.
$36 a month. Oh, that is a good gift.
And I think you only give 1 month because they shouldn't be technically any longer than a month. So they start off with setting a Facebook page. These all build on each other. So you do need to take them in order. It's done that way intentionally. Setting up Instagram for your business and connecting the two. Staging and cell phone photography. That was by Corey.
Yeah, guys, that's a good one. That doesn't, I don't even think I used Lightroom. I think we edited it within the phone's app using the same aspects and concepts we do in Lightroom.
In fact, in all these 13 classes, you only need to spend money twice. And out the door, you could walk away at $21.
$21 buckaroonskis.
So $20 is all you need to complete these courses. But each one of these will create the foundation. You need to have a business. So copy basics for sales posts. Because again, you can take the best photo in the world, but the copy's not there, not selling things. Scheduling social posts using free Facebook Planner. Love that app. Love it, love it, love it. In fact, I taught a free live on that in the main group.
I saw that.
Purchasing your domain name.
Nice.
Okay, with that domain name, we actually create a custom email address. That'll be the most complicated class. However, it's pretty simple. I walk through everything.
What that means is like if I have a www.mixingbowlcookie company, my email can be hello@themixingbowlcookiecompany.com.
We set up.
Nice. I saw that.
Then we do setting up Google Forms for order details. Again, Google Forms doesn't allow payment. I'm going to get to that in a second, but it is free and it is very easy to get off the ground running.
Yes.
Again, see, these all build on each other. Accepting payments through Square for Business. Square is cool. I actually created a Square account for the first time for this, but you can easily create an invoice, add tipping. You can, pay, half upfront if you want it. Again, I'm 100% upfront biller.
Yeah.
But very cool. Reminders, notes. Added a place where you can upload photos to the invoice and other inspo. Nice. Google Business Profile. Now, you can take all the money, you can have their best copy, but we need to be able to get cold traffic, and we can do that with Google Business Profile. So I show you how to set one up.
Yeah, and cold traffic, if you're just hearing that for the first time, is people who don't already know about you and went to search for cookies near me, sugar cookies around this area, and we want you to show up.
Google Business Profile is a great way to do that. And then we end with creating a newsletter. Because now when we have the sales, now when we have the lead generation, we have the copy, we have the photos, how can we remarket? Cheapest person you can ever sell to is somebody who's already bought from you before. And we do that in creating a free MailChimp account. Nice. But also included in the Baker's Business Basic is every digital download. But what they don't know, because I'm so stoked for these people added, and I didn't run this past year. I'm going to add the Cookie College transfers to them.
Nice.
Yeah, so we have at this point, almost 10 transfer sheets?
I think so.
I have to do the Santa hats.
You do.
But I'm going to include that. So if you do the math, what an average transfer sheet is like what?
$450 to $550.
$550? Sitting on money. So if I have, let's do $450, and then we have what, 9 of these? Oh, basically the Baker's Business Basics paid for itself.
Nice. You could get in there, get the transfers, and leave.
How can one sign up? Go to thecookiecollege.com. You'll see an option for obviously signing up for the Cookie College, the Baker's Business Basics, or the digital downloads. But again, the Baker's Business Basics include the digital downloads. I can't take your money for a year. I'd ideally like you to graduate to the Cookie College, but you can sign up for the bye.
I know, I called it the Better Business Bureau because that's what the acronym is.
I don't know. That's just what I thought. Really, I really like it though. And I've seen a lot of these.
Maybe you should have called it the Better Business Baker.
The Better Business Baker Bureau. I don't know how hard you went out the gate with it. You could have waited 4 months ago.
Sorry about
4
that.
months
Sorry
ago.
about that.
4 months ago.
It just hit me.
Do you have any Twinterests? We're already at a minute.
My Twinterest. Do you want to go first?
Yeah. Okay. This is what I wanted for my birthday.
Sure.
And I got it.
Okay.
It is a Sony neck speaker.
Yes.
Okay, I wanted this. I clearly have anything I ever want this for, but I did want this. Bose used to sell it at a price point of $500. Now, Bose stopped selling it 3 years ago. So I was like, well, okay, maybe people don't like it. But Sony is like, hey, Boo Bear, we're going to take that audience. So the Sony neck speaker is like, almost imagine a collar that just sits on your neck and the speakers point up towards your ears.
When she says points up, it doesn't mean it's like there's something physically pointing to her ear.
The speaker's direction.
The sound goes up.
Yeah, so the sound is directional upwards, which means you can listen without necessarily disturbing. So I went on a walk yesterday. I did.
Yeah.
And I wore it. And I was like, this is the vibe because I can hear traffic about to hit me. And I can also hear the podcast I was listening to. Oh, nice. I did feel weird when somebody walked close to me and they were listening to the podcast as well. Don't judge me. But I really like the vibe. So I was wearing it in the office with like lo-fi baits
on your little shoulder.
Yeah, buddy.
You're just
and so when I went upstairs, the vibe kept coming. The vibe
followed her.
It was a vibe. So I thought the thing is really cool for what I wanted, for what I liked.
Mm-hmm. If you're wondering what it is, it looks like a shock collar for humans. basically.
Shockingly cool. But one thing I won't use it for, because I don't watch a ton of TV, is you can connect it to a TV.
Oh, so you could listen from far away?
And not bother anybody else. So it has directional speakers, meaning like if you're listening to surround sound that's too loud for people not interested, you could take the audio with you. And you could be listening to like Top Gun 2
So if
while
you're
you're
baking in the middle of the night and you want to wake up the entire house, this is for you, right?
You're going to get some cookies out there with that soundtrack.
All right, my twin dress, and I can't remember if I said this or not, for my birthday. I love air purifiers. Purify my air. So I wanted an air purifier that did more than just
pricey,
purifying.
man.
It was expensive, but it was a gift, so I didn't even pay anything. It is an air purifier that is also a heater
From Dyson.
from Dyson.
Now, it's a squattier one because I know I had to go pick it up at the store.
He's not like super
He was
tall like that
heavy-ish,
one.
awkward.
Yeah, but he has a heating element in him. So I put him in my
It's a
little cookie
heater.
room.
That cookie room is a wild place.
It's so electronic.
It's an environment.
It is going to catch fire one day.
Corey.
I don't know.
That's a cool idea. Did
It
you feel
was.
like, did you check the filter to see if it filtered?
Well, they said don't check it for a year.
A year?
You can do
Did
it.
you take the cellophane off of the
I did.
oh,
I
good.
did. It supposedly doesn't need. It goes off 12-hour days. 12-hour days. You don't need to
12-hour
switch out the
days.
filter for 1 year.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't even use it for like a quarter of the day.
So when it's heating, is it filtering?
It is also filtering the air.
Nice. Look at us. Speakers and he is.
Not one dust. I love
that's
my
good.
cooking room to be dust free and
That's
people
good.
free. So no one's allowed in but me. And dust.
Climate free as well.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. But that was a half an hour.
It is. It does not have a really true cooling element. And I'm
It's
going
a
to say
fan.
formaldehyde. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a
What,
fan.
formaldehyde?
Like to make it cool. Is what
Formaldehyde? Freon.
it said formaldehyde.
Formaldehyde?
I
That's
don't
really
know.
like in case.
Did I read that
corpses.
wrong?
Please find out if that's
I'll
what it
have
said.
to see. But there was
Formaldehyde?
one that had a actual cooling, and that was so expensive.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So this
Because
one's
it's got a
a fan.
conditioner.
Yeah, it's a little fan. Blows
Yeah.
pretty cold, and the heater actually
It
heats.
can't blow cold. It can just blow air.
It was pretty cold.
The air blew.
The air was a little chilly.
Okay, so that takes us through the podcast. We missed last week.
So we got you extra long this week. How long have we been talking?
1:15.
Oh my goodness, my voice hurts.
I'm going to because we just talked about crap we like to buy.
Wow.
Tis the season of giving.
'Tis the season of giving.
Can you go to the mailbox?
I will try my best.
Corey and I had to teach at Cookie Class this weekend and next weekend, and I didn't realize how little I'd want to
I
teach it
know.
until I got to the week of.
Well, yeah,
We
I gotta
will
go
be
home
the
and
reason
cheer.
for the season.
Reason.
Let's
I got
cheer.
us Santa hats, so we could
that's cute.
ban
I
them.
swear that we had those
We
last
did
year.
not save
Corey?
them.
Corey.
We
Oh.
did not save them.
Did you donate them? Did you doorstop? What's it called? The freebie? freebie
Buy
group?
nothing group.
Okay, let's let them go. You guys enjoy your week.